I'm recording right now while I get what'd you call it? My greasy lens together?
The greasy lens filter.
That sounds like a hot rock band. The Greasy Lens
Yes.
Filter.
Ladies, welcome to the
Opening for
stage. Hairband Greasy Lens.
Madonna. As opposed to Greasy, what is it? Greasy Finger?
Burger Finger.
Burger Finger. I thought that was so stupid. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I was like, I didn't find the humor in it. I'm like, am I not high enough? I gave that shit up a long time ago. Why do I gotta be high to get your humor?
Yeah. Although I think she's interesting. I think she's a baby queen that's going to be way fiercer.
Yeah, with some
Like,
time.
they'll bring her back for All Stars.
For
Good for
sure.
her. I was
For
good with
sure.
Saphira and Miss
And Nymphia.
and Nymphia.
Live for
Because a
my
lot of people were
Nymphia.
upset, but I was like, no, girl, you need about another year or two to
And
ripen
people were
up.
thinking that of Nymphia. I thought Nymphia was, I mean, she had me laughing the entire season. She would
Gagging.
be somebody I would kiki with.
Gagging.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And also, she just had all her ducks in a row. I mean, for Christ's
Yeah.
sake, like
And honey, those were Peking ducks.
those Peking ducks were in a row,
Oh,
honey.
learn it.
Honey.
Mm.
And I whipped out my homework T-shirt for today.
I
Word.
love it.
Now, do we still sell the homework T-shirt on Spring?
Not on Spring, on Redbubble, and
On Redbubble?
not only do we still sell it, but I updated it yesterday. You see that little look at the corner of Miss Booby's screen, that little homework logo there?
Yes.
So if you go to Redbubble, and I'll put a picture up now, I made a new version of the homework shirt.
Oh,
So
work. I was like, you know what? We're
yeah.
doing homework. Let me wear homework. But I will say that I have picked up a piece of merch just recently. I picked up our Whisper Coup. This has
Yes.
become so. This is Janet, of course, and then on the other side, it's just a full picture of Janet. Really nice printing. I love it. It has become my coffee cup, where I drink my Monster Rehab. I just fucking love it. It's my
Excellent.
Kiki glass, and I absolutely love it. So available on Redbubble, our merch ladies. So
Learn
like and
it.
subscribe and buy some merch, honey. In fact, if you happen to be watching right now, take a second and hit that like button. You're
Hit
here
it.
already. Hit it,
Smash it.
ladies. Hit it.
Yeah. Hit it. And not only that, I'm overheating. So let me just take this off. Speaking of
Take the
merch.
top off. Show the titties. It's not my fault.
My pussy. Oh no.
Oh, you know
Oh,
that works.
cutie. I can't believe you
That
did that.
that
Y'all
totally
bitches can't
works.
take it. Y'all bitches can't take it. Available on Redbubble. Hello.
Why are you mad?
My
I kind
pussy
of, you know
plops.
what? I'm living for it.
My
Plops. What
pussy
is it?
plops. My pussy plops severely. And
Oh, and
yours
cutie
don't.
is immemorialized.
Well, she's because she's plopped out, darling.
She's legendary.
She's legendary. She's one of the legendary up and coming children. Welcome to Homework.
Yes.
This is Miss Diamond. Look at
This
you
is Miss
working the merch,
Matinga.
honey.
This
Yes,
is
yes.
Booby.
Hello, and we are back again with Miss Homework. Sort of a freewheeling episode we've got in store for the children today.
Hello.
For real.
Yes. Uh-huh. And let's just get this out of the way. We don't care about Antoine.
No.
We
Never
don't.
have.
So before we dive into the greasy meat of this episode, I noticed you guys were talking about All Stars while I was adjusting my computer. Is that correct?
Yes.
Oh no, you were talking
We
about
were
Nymphia
talking about
Wind.
No.
regular
We're talking about the latest
regular season.
season.
Okay, so let us start with a question that came from one of our patrons. This is one of the benefits of being a patron. This question comes from our patron Robina.
Miss
Ah.
Robina.
Are you 100% happy with the winner of Drag Race season 16? She was my favorite.
Mine too.
100% happy? Like 100% happy? I mean, I don't think I would be 100% happy even if I had chosen her. You know what I mean?
Who
That's a
did you
big
want?
number.
I mean,
Rain?
I would have been cute with any of the three.
Which you
I
could.
was leaning in the direction.
Hold on a second.
Yes, make sure the pets are okay, baby.
Honey, that sounded like Bob.
I was Maya attacking Bob.
Trust.
I like those jeans. Booby, have you noticed that Booby has a penchant for very tight jeans on the bottom? Like he likes a little tight cut on the bottom.
Yeah.
So I was leaning in the direction of Saphira, but any of those
You're
top
gonna have to
three,
shut that dog up. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to silence that dog.
Hold up. I'm gonna mute her while Mama Tinker talks. Go ahead.
his
Go ahead,
name
girl.
is his name is Bobbert.
Robert.
Bobbert. Bobbert.
I don't know that we want to give his last name out.
Oh no, we do not want to do that.
Yeah. So you know what?
Well, you
So
know,
let's say
popularity is
let's say
popularity.
let's say let's say Bobbert Boo.
let's say he's got blues cues. Cues.
Bobbert Boo.
Okay, now.
Thank you for tuning into Homework. This
Blues
is
Clues, you
Diamond.
mean?
Yeah, I was, but just to finish that thought, I was leaning towards Saphira, but the thing is anyone would have been fab. Any one of those top three would have
I
truly
keep
been
on
fab.
saying Shaquita. Same thing. They're
Shaquita.
both
But we
black.
know. We know. Do the children know Shaquita? They should. Among these drag queens that sing opera, like Monet
Shaquita's
and
up there.
Saphira, Miss Shaquita is the
The
one.
original. Oh, and also Varla.
We have another patron question. This comes from James. Question for all three, in parentheses, I want to start a fight. If you had to do K today, which of the other two would you want with you?
Oh, neither. I can't even talk function on K any. That's why I don't do her.
I,
I'll
I'm
pass it
gonna
on to y'all.
I'm gonna say Miss Booby, and I'll tell you why. No shade, Matinga. I'm gonna say Miss Booby because
Is
Miss
she
Booby,
frozen?
she's frozen. She's in a K hole.
I'm a K hole.
Yeah.
I actually did a bump a K. This is me right now.
Let me
Word.
let me tell you why I say Miss Booby because Miss Booby is sober. So
That's
if
right.
I'm gonna be in a big K hole mess, I would like a sober bitch with me to pick me up off the floor and get me out of
Talk
the
you off
public
the
eye,
cliff. Right.
girl. So no shade, no shade.
Plus, I'm a baker now because I don't use. So I'd have lots of sugar substances to get you out of your hole,
I
Myrna.
didn't say I wanted to come out of the hole. I
Oh.
said get me up off the floor and get
Oh.
me out of the public eye.
In a functional hole.
So
Mhm.
I have a story about K real quick. For I would not do a bump of K. Like if I absolutely had to. Like if I was like if I was kidnapped and they were like, you're gonna do this bump of K with one of these two queens because I'm gonna either that or I'm gonna shoot you in the head. Then I would
Yeah,
do it with Miss
yeah.
Booby as well because she's clean and sober. But I have a funny story about K from many years ago. Many when I was in my
Hang up
20s.
before
Should
you
I
get
go
into
out
that
and come back
story.
in?
Yeah, like it's a lovely vista, but a little
Isn't it a
Very,
lovely
disconcerting.
very
vista?
It's
happy.
gorgeous. My new drag name, Miss Lovely Vista.
More like lovely Vista, honey.
Ah, fistula.
And she'll be back. The background should be blurrier than I am. And I know I'm probably still kind of blurry.
But you're blurring out a little bit too.
I can live with it.
Yeah,
I can live with the blur.
yeah.
Oh,
Ooh, that's cute.
oh, look at that, a brick. And she's standing in front of a background.
I know, right?
Okay, well, this is
So,
my piano. Learn it.
learn it well.
Mm.
Do we have room, time, or inclination for one more patron question?
Sure.
As many, I love the Patreon questions. I love them.
Okay. This comes
Patron.
from Patron in the kitchen. This comes from Frank.
Hey, Frank.
Uh,
Frank
hey
M.
Right.
Frank,
Hey, Frank.
I'm not using last names, but let it
Gotcha.
be known I don't see her. Okay, so Frank's question is since we got an update on Luann recently, by the way, another update on Luannikin now goes by Luanthamum as a gardener.
Duanthamum.
Luanthemum.
I
Luanthamum.
love it.
That name
Preferred.
came from Bash, who was in one of our live stream recently. Okay. How about an update on how the rest of the Homework cinematic universe is doing? How are Giggles, Brian Mills, Doss, etc.? Well,
That's
I
kind
think,
of like Secret Wars coming up for Marvel. The
Yeah.
Homework
yeah.
cinematic. I love
I
it.
mean, the short answer, they're all tired.
We saw Das
Like Antoine.
2 weeks ago, you and
Again,
I,
yeah.
and he's handsome and fit and
Playing tennis.
working, playing
Did you say
tennis.
DOS as a guy?
What?
Well,
Did
I
you
mean,
just say DOS as a
she
guy?
is biologically male.
Oh yeah, but I thought you.
Mm.
I was hearing something else.
Okay.
She's trying
And
to
I
perpetrate a
don't, and
male.
I think his pronouns are uh, she,
Him.
I don't know. I think they're
What oh,
he, they.
I saw some funny line. I ate so much, I went from a he, him to a they, them.
Trust, honey.
Mhm.
Okay.
So
But
everyone's fine. Giggles is traveling the world, making
Making
top
content.
top notch reality TV
No,
content.
Her and
Top
Carmen San
notch,
Diego.
darling. Yeah.
but seriously, like he's working for like the shit that we all love to watch, but are afraid to tell our friends
I
that
don't
we
watch it.
actually
I
watch.
don't watch it. And I
But
told
we're
Giggles
all fucking watching
I
it.
never watch one episode. I am not ever
He's a
watching one episode.
wonderful producer, and he literally travels the entire world.
No, he's a great producer, and it's
Yeah,
definitely like a top reality show that I
yeah.
had never seen. I don't care about it. I care more about Antoine than I care about
That's saying
watching
a
that
lot.
show. Yeah.
Mm.
So anyhow, but no, everyone in the Homework cinematic universe is doing just fine. So the topic for today's homework is, and let me just get right to it, the indomitable, the inimitable Rula Lenska.
Miss Rula
So
Lenska, honey.
let's get into Miss Rula Lenska. Booby's like, yo, these bitches didn't tell
Yeah.
me nothing about nobody named Rula.
I'm Rula Lenska. As an actress, I always have to look my best. So I'm glad that I found a truly great hairspray from America. It's called Alberto VO5. It holds an incredible 14 hours without stiffness or stickiness. I spray in the morning and my hair's held beautifully, so I can breeze through a busy day without worrying about my hair.
5 minutes, Miss Lenska.
You know that my two daughters, Leo and Cooper, they know Rula. They've met her. Apparently,
Oh, it's a real person.
I thought Rula Lenska, I thought she was like some like either like Nordic or German bitch. She's from London. She's from the UK, even though her name is Rula Lenska.
Alberto VO5 hot oil treatment. Once a week, I just heat a tube, smooth it in for a minute, and shampoo. My hair's incredibly silky, shiny, and manageable, like it was done in a salon.
Can you spell her name for me so I can Google the bitch? Because I don't know who you're talking about.
RULA.
Lenska, Lenska.
Is this actually going to turn to an episode about Rula Lenska?
Well, I don't know.
I'm here.
She's
I'm
kind
here
of
for it.
a B actress, but I don't know her work. I just know the commercials. The
Miss
commercials are
Rula?
so famous.
She was
Miss
lovely back in
Lenska.
the day.
She
Miss
was
Rula
lovely.
Lenska, darling?
And
Honey.
I've seen like some horrible movie that she was in about these girls on an island, these island girls, like a sex comedy, a low key sex comedy.
Honey, my life is a low-key sex comedy. Now, where'd she go? So anyway, we're not talking about Rula Lenska today. I think Miss Booby was so shocked and
She's like,
stunned
I'm
by that.
leaving. I'm
She's
never
like, I'm
speaking to these
out.
bitches again.
I'm done. I'm
It's
out.
done.
I've had it. Oh, she's back. Hi, Booby.
Were you
So
talking
no,
about me? I'm a little
yes,
insecure. Please don't tell me
yeah.
you're talking about me.
We're going to talk about some trigger warning, some pretty adult content right now.
Yeah, we're going there today.
Oh, we're
Today
past
is
Rula.
not safe for work.
Yeah, it's not safe for work. It's not
Yeah.
safe for Antoine, and we're going to go there. Miss
Or Rula
Booby
Lenska.
or Miss
Miss
Rula
Rula
Lenska.
Lenska, honey.
Honey. Okay, so Miss
Also, do you
Booby,
know there's a thing? It's called a woola. What is a woola, Booby? Do you know
That
what
is
woola
a joint with crack or
or
Tina
coke
or Coke or
or
something
coke?
in
Yeah,
it
there's a
to,
woola.
to give it some spice.
Yes,
Boy,
and
this has
honey,
been a
they are
drug-heavy
they're
episode, ain't
sickening. This is so gross.
it?
somebody bring me
But I
some
have smoked a
Woola.
woola,
Down.
just not like in 25
I'm not
years. But I have.
mentioning no
Honey.
names, Coco Extravaganza, but we used to smoke the Woolas.
I'm not mentioning no names. Nature extravaganza.
Yeah.
I ain't mentioning
Uh-huh.
no names now.
Thank
No.
goodness, because it's an anonymous
No.
program. Oh, wait a minute. Wrong.
Yes.
Do you know
Sorry.
what else Coco Extravaganza was into? Milk and cookies. Booby, what is milk
Yes.
and cookies?
Oh, milk and cookies. Let me see if I can remember because I completely forgot now. Milk and cookies is a sex act.
Yes.
Hold on. I think I may have even talked about it with y'all bitches. Back in the day, I called it a nutter butter.
I called it Wednesday. Well,
Honey,
Wednesday.
everybody better not touch my Butterfinger, honey.
Honey,
No. So
Honey.
many have.
My
honey, Lego my
allergies are
ego,
so bad.
bitch. Yo, my allergies are fierce. Miss Booby. So
Yeah.
milk and cookies, it was something
With
involving semen and
poop.
Right. So it is when you, during the sexual act, someone, or perhaps two people,
many.
someone comes, it
Like a lot of milk.
reaches fruition in your mouth, but then, and that would
Poop.
be the milk
Yes.
portion, and then also takes a quick liquid dump in your mouth as well. So you got the milk and cookies.
Like so quick you don't notice.
Yeah, just
Like
quick,
like Santa don't want those
like a
cookies, milk
whoof,
and cookies.
a
You
whoof,
you know what I mean?
ooh.
Santa don't
And you
want
know what?
that.
Yeah, and I will say that I've never experienced milk and cookies, but and I'm going to share this for the children because what we do here on
We
Homework is
school the
that
children.
we school the children and
Yeah.
you know
Yeah,
the different things that happen in gay culture,
yeah,
good and bad.
yeah.
And so I will say that many years ago, I had been visiting a friend in South Beach. It's a true 100% true story. And
Hmm.
I met this gentleman. He was lovely, and we drove around his car for a little while, and then we just were making out and stuff. He was super cute. We end up fucking at his place, and he at I what I appreciate about this story is that he asked me first because some people just be doing stuff without your permission.
Right,
But he
right,
said, listen, my fetish is if you reach fruition in my mouth and then I kiss you with it and
right.
we share it.
What is that
And I
called? Snowballing?
That's called
that's kind of like an
snowballing.
abbreviated snowball. Really, a
Right.
snowball you have to
It's more like a flurry.
it's a flurry because really the snowball is you reach
Right.
fruition in his booty, you suck it out of his booty, and
Right.
then
No,
you
no,
kiss.
no. That's felching.
Oh, that's
Thank
felching. That's
That's
felching.
right.
So
That's what I thought
this is
snowballing was.
so snowballing is with you don't take it out of their booty, you just come in their mouth and then they kiss you.
Oh.
Now, he said that to me and he was super cute and I was like, well,
Uh-oh.
it's not something I thought to myself for a second. I wouldn't actually make this suggestion. It's never occurred to me, but since he asked so nicely, and for Christ's sake, I've been eating his butt for an hour, so I guess I can drink my own cum from his mouth. So I came in his mouth, and then he, kissed me very passionately and put it in my mouth, and it was cute. I could tell it
Just
really
like
turned him
that.
on. Really, really turned him on. The
Uh, girl,
and that's my
girl.
face stayed exactly like that, by the way.
Yeah, I could tell. Like
And
you
Well,
never, your face you never got over it.
so I've snowballed. I've snowballed. The
no,
cookies.
I Matenga, I think what you did was called s'mores.
I
Why is
know.
that s'mores? My
I
fucking
don't
camera.
know.
I'm
Marshmallow.
gonna
Oh,
I'm be
give me
out and I'll
two
be right
seconds,
back in.
y'all.
Okay.
Oh, then
Wow.
let me stay for a second and
No, girl, it's okay. It's okay. It's fine. Dip out, dip back. I can edit this out.
okay,
I
I'll be
can
right
I
back
can
in.
edit. Yeah, girl. Yeah. Yeah, girl. Yeah.
The reason it takes me a second is because I have to restart my computer.
No,
But
I know, bitch. Honey, you
shit.
do what you gotta do.
Okay.
And shit. Yeah, because not only do I not care about Antoine, I would really go on a tirade about this one dipping out to go finger bang her husband or whatever, and the other one's computer freezing. Except that this episode started with me having technical problems. I'm on my old laptop. I purchased a brand new laptop specifically for this purpose, and it did not recognize my microphone. My mic did not sound nice. Hold up, bitches. Hold up. Also, I've got allergies too.
My allergies are the worst. So this motherfucker
Yeah,
comes in my mouth.
yeah, yeah.
And I gotta tell you, as hot as he was, because you know me, I'm a good host.
Are you?
I'm easy.
But you were the guest, darling.
Trust, but I'm
Actually,
easy.
I think what you had was a chicken and waffles.
The chicken and waffles. What
Yeah,
is chicken and
girl.
waffle? I will
I
say
don't
it
know,
did.
but it sounds like it could be a thing.
But the funny thing is, when he put it into my mouth, it did taste like chicken soup. So either he'd been having chicken soup, or my cum tastes like chicken soup.
All you did was adobo the chicken,
I did
honey.
adobo that chicken, and you know what?
Yeah.
The
It
green
was cute. At least
dildo?
he asked me because one time this motherfucker peed in my mouth without asking permission first. But since was
Mm-hmm.
down there already and
Was he
my mouth
Mm-hmm.
squeaky?
happened to be open, I was like, okay.
A
Yeah,
And then
gargle.
and then suddenly there's urine. Of course you drink it because I was like, all right, fine. But I was like, you could have asked me
What do you
first.
mean? Of course you drink it. You don't spit it out?
Of course you drink it. What am I gonna spit it out on his like little
Yeah.
rubber mat? For Christ's sake,
Excuse me.
my fist had been in his ass already. I was
Oh,
like, okay,
well,
fuck it. Let
Oh.
me drink the
tit
pee.
tat. No
Whatever.
pun intended.
I do wish he had asked because I was really, because I was kind of there. I had been saying my mouth was open, so I was kind of like,
Matenga, I'm going to give you credit because you are a beacon of light, and you
I
really
tried.
you work hard for peace, honey. You're a
Yes,
pacifist. You're a
I
She
pacifist.
work
works
hard
hard
for
for
the money,
pee.
honey.
Yeah.
So hard for it,
Yes,
honey.
girl. Yes,
Honey, sometimes you
honey.
got to pass that Dutchie on the left hand
Hand
side.
side. That's what okay. And I
Oh,
said left.
okay.
So,
Beep
all
So
beep
right.
no
beep beep beep
cookies
beep
for
beep
me. No
boom boom
cookies. No
boy.
cookies.
So
No
milk and
cookies.
cookies,
But I'll
disgusting,
eat your
honey.
babies. I'll drink your babies.
Uh-oh. No, you
I'll eat
said
your
eat your
babies.
babies.
I'll eat your
Okay.
babies.
Yeah, you're out,
You and
baby.
you and the fat bastard.
Yeah.
Okay. An Army Hammer, honey.
He needs some milk.
So that is milk and cookies that we do not encourage you to do. But
No,
if it comes up, you know
no.
what? Knowledge is power.
Also, it's probably not safe to drink somebody's cum. I mean, it was. This is a long, long time ago.
I'm really much more concerned about the other part of that
The
Yeah.
recipe.
cookies, the Nutter
The
Butters.
cookies, honey.
Honey, toss my cookies.
Yeah, you better
Girl.
keep them.
Again.
You better keep them nut butters to yourself.
You'd be like, oh, honey, why are you turning around? Oh my God!
Hey.
Hey,
Hey, wait a
why is it
minute.
so chunky?
What?
Is
All
there
right.
another eclipse?
God, is that
Hold
corn?
on.
Hey, what
Uh-uh.
gives?
My
What
God, it's
gives?
lima bean. That's gross.
I'm glad I had an abortion. All right,
You
so
can do that, you know.
you can do that, just because you're pretty, everyone's jealous.
Just because you
So
take me to Red Lobster, motherfucker. Honey, those Cheddar Bay
Honey.
biscuits are not worth this.
for the seafood lover in you,
Honey, seafood.
In
Ooh,
you. In
girl,
that
you.
honey.
that's that dope Sheena Easton song you like. For the seafood lover in you.
For the
Talk
seafood
about
lover,
the
in you,
lover
honey.
in you.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh,
boom, bam,
My
boom, boom, bam.
baby took a shit on the morning train.
honey, went out to Babylon and then.
And then, honey,
In her sugar wall.
kids be acting crazy these days,
Oh, the
girl.
kids be acting crazy.
The
Speaking of
kids.
kids
The kids.
the kids, honey.
But
So-
Poopy, this morning you sent me a text about something that sounded kind of interesting. Something about somnambulance. Something.
Are we
said-
ready for this then?
Bring it.
Yes, bring
Okay,
it,
it's
girl.
called sexsomnia. You know, there
Sexsomnia.
when I was taking prescription Ambien, I often sleepwalked. And then taking it a step further, after an extended period of using it, I sleep ate. And
Yes.
then taking it another step forward, I would sleep cook. So I would
my
go to bed at
God.
night and wake up in the morning with a gorgeous cake.
It's as simple as dump and bake.
The most fabulous cake you'll ever have, with homemade glazing made of powdered sugar and cinnamon.
Chocolate chips, marshmallows, even chocolate cookies. Syrup, sugar, cinnamon, and nuts in a pan.
And I'm like, where did this cake come from? And Bob's like, you made it last night.
It's
You
like
know,
at 4 a.m.
The best cake I've ever made, and I don't even remember making it because I was asleep making it. I mean,
Girl, you better
using
take
it,
Ambien again. Shit.
using the oven and everything, and also I was smoking cigarettes at the time, so I would wake up and
Oh.
half of my pack of cigarettes is gone because I would wake up and go smoke.
But
Pretty
the
dangerous.
memory of it gone.
no memory at all.
of it.
But then there's also something called sleep sex, and the idea is, from what I've read, you know, I've experienced it big time. I can remember instances where, you know, I'm thinking that it's a sexual dream, but I'm also behaving, for instance, masturbating while in this sex dream, you know,
Oh, wow.
because in the dream, I am, you know, getting off. And so my body takes over, my physical body, to compensate for the
You
sex that's
got to
happening
let
in my sleep.
love take
Take
over.
over. And then in the morning, like Bob won't look at you or talk to you. And then finally he's like, you know, last night
You stuck it
did things
in.
to me that you never did before.
Well,
and you
that's
didn't
that.
ask.
If you read the article, I don't even know if I have the article. I'll send it to you. But it gets tricky when you're in a relationship and in your sleep sex, you violate your partner. It's happened, and the partners oftentimes, or in I shouldn't say oftentimes, some of the cases, the partner that they were sleeping next to did not give consent, and it's many
But maybe they
times
thought you
they
were
do give
awake.
consent, and they're like, oh, she's getting horny, you know. But some of the
Yeah.
times that they've not given consent, that they've actually called it or molestation or sexual assault, they've only known the person for a week or something, and they sleep together, and then this person, you know, has sex with them, but in their sleep, they're not making a conscious choice. So it's really tricky, the whole concept of consensual sex with someone who doesn't even realize, who's not awake, who in their dream, it's consensual.
Honey, wake up, you bake a cake, you fuck your husband, smoke some
Have a
cigs.
cigarette.
Then you get up. It's
Do a
like, honey,
bumper
that's
K.
multitasking. They're not enough hours in the day. Like you woke up, Bob was thrilled. He was like, "Girl, you cleaned out the garage and you cleaned out me,
And you call me
Okay.
Antoine.
And you
and
call
you
me
called me
Antoine.
Antoine."
I I have I have several thoughts about this. Tell me the word again, booby.
Sexsomnia.
Insomnia.
Sexsomnia. It sounds like a great club or a punk
A
band,
drag
but I'll
name.
also say Miss Sexsomnia Revlon. But here's the thing. Um, Number one, this is why I don't sleep over people's houses, and I haven't in like 15 years. Because I ain't gonna have some bitch fall asleep and try to molest me against my consent.
But they
Number two,
asleep.
but they asleep. They'd
Or
have
they
to
gonna
be.
say they asleep.
I mean, also, I don't sleep over people's houses because, like, yo, when I wake up, bitch, I am puffy. Nobody needs to see that.
And your
So,
breath. Your breath.
well, only if I've had milk and cookies. But also,
Your breath after the milk and cookies, honey.
honey,
She's
shit.
not cute.
I think the solution could be like if you have sexomnia, you need to hook up with someone else that has sexomnia. Then you can hook up with each other while you're both asleep. Problem solved,
Right.
honey.
Right. You have sex while you're both asleep. There's no fuss, no muss. In the morning, you're both
Consent is a
satisfied.
given.
Yeah, but I do want to just make a slight aside, but I'm going to leave the name out. But the moment I tell the story, you're going to know who it is. So many years ago, a friend of ours told
Donna
us that
Summer. Oh.
they had somebody came over to their house and sat down. We will not say who this person was. Came over and then the queen says to me, who's a dear friend, said to me, and he sat down, we started to have sex, and I kissed him, and I could tell that he had been eating shit, and I was like, oh, like he's like a bullshitter, like he said he had a big dick and he had been eating shit, but he was just eating. He was like, no, I'm pretty sure that he had been
Eating
consuming human
poop.
feces, and I was like, oh, Miss Thing, no.
I don't like this episode veering off into like a scat thing. I'm just
No, but
Well,
you know who
it's
I'm
got to be
talking about,
talked about.
right?
These children need to
You know who I'm
understand that
talking about.
it's out there.
I know
Poop
exactly who
is
you're talking about.
Yeah, and I was like,
cousin Ed.
no, no, and then I was like, no, we can't say who it was, but then I was like, Miss, but did you stop? I was like, oh, well, he was there, and that's the thing. Sometimes you're there, you let him pee in your mouth,
Nah,
you're
nah.
there,
Milk and cookies. Unless you're
you're
Okay.
there,
doing
milk and
unless you're going keto.
cookies,
If you're keto, honey, you don't do milk and cookies. The sugar intake, honey.
Chocolate chips, marshmallows, even chocolate cookies.
There is something called CNC. You ever see the code CNC like on these hookup apps?
Yes. What's
Consensual
oh?
non-consent.
Are you not Music
Cons-
Factory?
cons-
Oh, I've what
CNC Music Factory.
CNC Music Factory, honey.
Sorry.
Honey, I didn't consent to it, but yo, this slaps, honey. This
Also,
slaps.
also the CNC is also the leader of Starfleet. He's called he or she or whatever alien is called the CNC,
But what is it? What are you saying? The
the
CNC should
commander in
diamond?
chief.
Oh, Commander in
Uh,
Chief.
c-
Hello.
Consent. Well, I love the music and track references, but it's consensual non-consent. So it's like you set up a scene where like I'm gonna leave the door unlocked and I'm
Yeah,
gonna be
My booty gonna
sleeping.
be up in the
yeah.
air.
My booty gonna
And
be up in the
you know,
air.
come and do what you
I
gotta
got milk and
do.
cookies that I play for you.
I got.
I got some milk and
All right,
cookies right
come
next
on,
to the
Santa.
bed.
Come on, Santa Claus. Come on
Yes.
now. Um,
Yes.
You
so
know what, girl? That leaves a whole new definition of leaving cookies, milk and cookies for Santa.
Thank
honey,
you.
yes,
Honey,
shit.
all he leaves you is nothing.
He leaves you
A piece of coal.
A
right
piece of
in your
coal, honey.
stocking, girl. So
What
yeah.
could that be
Yeah.
sexually?
Unless he's really into it, then he leaves you Keisha Cole.
Okay. Oh,
It's
Ooh.
like, oh, thank
okay.
you.
Yes.
Or Nat King Cole.
Oh,
Gives you Nat King Cole, who's been dead for 40 years. Like,
so
girl,
He's not gonna look too good now.
girl, I found Nat King Cole in my bedroom this morning.
whew. What did you take last night? That's
Un-
okay.
Talk about unforgettable.
Girl, he gave me milk and
Yo.
cookies. I was like, this will be.
So
Wrong
check it,
Cole.
yo. So, but the sexomnia thing, I think, could also be. I'm sure it's a real thing. It could also be used as an excuse, like, "Baby, I don't know what I was doing. I was
I was
sleepwalking. I was,
asleep. It's
yeah,
your fault. I'm on the Ambien.
Girl, I thought I
yeah."
was serving you milk and
I
cookies.
know
Turns
I've
out I
had
served you milk and
sexsomnia, but
cookies.
I excused it as, I'm just, I was having an erotic dream and just thought and acted it out. Or the pillow brushed against my nether region while I was sleeping, and I
Oh,
thought, oh, that felt good, and
okay.
now my pillow's all wet.
Yeah,
And
the
that's
next time I come to see you, I'm staying in a hotel.
Yeah,
well,
but
I'm
Miss,
sure they'll serve you milk and cookies too. Yeah.
but
Okay.
there's someone we know who shall remain nameless who
Again.
apparently would like get up in the middle of the night and like eat like half a cold chicken out of the refrigerator, sitting there in his underwear, and like
Mm-hmm.
totally asleep,
I feel
or
very
like
attacked.
or drink like half of my bottle of coquito out of nowhere, and then
Oh.
I would wake
and
and the
walk
next
the
morning, oh,
streets of
I was
Brooklyn.
sleeping.
I
I
was
walked the streets
sleeping,
of Brooklyn,
honey,
and
buying
I was
donuts,
asleep. Honey, you
waking up in
ate
a fucking bed full of donut
yeah,
wrappers.
a
What
dozen donuts,
happened?
half a chicken, and a
What
bottle of coquito.
happened?
Yeah, she was
What
asleep.
happened? Yo,
Hmm.
what's all this white powder?
I
Oh,
was
the
about to
sugar.
say I was about to say shit happens, but let's not go there.
Shit
Let's
happens,
please
honey.
let's not go there. I'll just say that my final thought on sexomnia.
Yeah.
I think I want to have it because every time I hook up, I just want to forget about it. Honestly, I may as well just sleep through it. So moving along, do you guys know about hybristophilia? Hybristophilia is a paraphilia involving sexual interest in and attraction to those who commit crimes.
Ah.
Now, listen, we've all seen James Brown's mugshot, and I was turned on. But, but this is a thing.
Right. I saw James Mansfield mugshot and I was turned on.
Talking about bad girls, yeah.
Whenever I see her mug, I get turned on.
She's never looked so kind. So, there are people that write to prisoners. There's you can go on hot mugshot websites.
Yes.
Have you guys explored this at all? What are your thoughts on it? It's also called Bonnie and Clyde syndrome, where criminals
Yes.
perceived as
Yes.
being sexy and hot and all this kind of stuff.
And fall in love with
Yeah.
Charles Manson. Look at Charles Manson. Look at her.
Well,
Just
but
look at
there's
her.
also every once in a while and it gets worldwide attention often. You get like these mug shots that become famous
Because
of
they're so
these
hot?
because the guys are so fucking hot, and like people are like, oh, and then even one or two of them, like there's the very famous one of the blonde guy that he got modeling opportunities and stuff like that, and he actually
Hold
was able to
up.
clean up his act a little bit.
Is this
Him,
Over?
Oh.
yeah.
Over. I mean,
But the thing is like, listen, I've met many a cute thug,
really
and
have
you
you?
take them home and they fucking steal your fucking,
Thank you.
credit card and whatever changes around.
And they
And,
don't even give you milk and
a
cookies.
thug is a thug is a thug, and they're dangerous, and they could be
Yeah.
hot. And also, I
Right.
do believe in redemption, but I ain't the one to redeem you.
Right.
But
Like
do you believe in
I want a bad boy.
redemption?
I want a bad boy, but I don't want
But just
I
one
don't
that
want a
plays a
criminal.
bad boy on TV.
Right.
Oh
Right.
yeah, sure. You
Now,
can play a bad boy, yeah. But that's a thing, and there fucking there are people that fell in love with Charles Manson.
That's what I said.
Terrible.
There are these bitches that like people fall in love with them because they have a certain odd cachet.
Look at
But
Jeffrey
like
Dahmer.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
I
Jeffrey
would have
Dahmer was
done
hot.
it.
But the thing is, can you imagine, like, if I had met that guy at the club and he wanted to take me home, I would have went home with him because he was
Down.
so cute. And like he was trying to make sex zombies. Like he was trying to do that. Also, well, we don't want to go down that deep
Ted
road.
Bundy?
It's a dark,
Ted
dark road.
Bundy?
Ted Bundy's so cute.
The guy
So,
that killed Versace.
yes.
A friend of mine and I were at Twist the night before he killed Versace, cruising him. We were
Yeah.
both drunk and we were like, no, he want me, girl. No, he want me, girl. We didn't know who he was because,
How
fresh meat
many
in Miami
times?
at that time was fresh meat. And he was
Yep.
adorable. And
He
luckily,
was
we went home
adorable.
with him. Luckily.
Well, I'll say that the only convict I've ever been sexually attracted to is Flotilla
Miss
DeBarge.
Flotilla, honey, who we've
Ah,
all had
Um,
Flotilla. No.
but also, I think this is probably a thing that mostly affects straight women.
yes,
And
yes.
guys are like, put money in my commissary, boo, and all this kind of stuff.
And I love
Right.
you.
I
Judge Judy has
love you.
plenty of episodes of stupid, gullible, heterosexual women who
Yeah.
look for dating options in these websites of
Yeah.
criminals in prison. I'm like, what?
And
Judge Judy
go
just it escapes her. Why would you
go to
look there?
conjugal visits and shit and
Yep.
fall in love with
And
these
get pregnant
dudes.
by them, knowing
Yeah,
full well they ain't going to be getting a full time job and taking care of your ass.
the Menendez brothers both got married in prison. Both of them. I
Crazy,
think one of them
crazy.
married the lawyer, if I'm not
Oh
mistaken.
my God.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
interesting.
and they were both hot, both completely bald.
I feel like this, I could see myself going, well, I could see myself going to prison, but I could also see myself going to a
Again,
prison again, just, to suck some delicious hot convict trade.
Yeah.
But you ain't getting no money from me,
You
and
get no money.
you ain't getting
hell
me
no. I don't
pregnant.
give my mama money. I'm gonna give your ass money.
Because you're gonna
No.
show up at my house when you come out. Like it's a
Yup.
controlled situation when you can go fuck them, but when they
Right.
get out and they can come fuck you, that now there's no control over
And
that
they'll
situation,
find you. They'll find
and they
you.
Yeah.
will come and find you. Yeah, that's
Uh-uh.
dangerous. That's
My pussy plops
dangerous.
severely, but I ain't trying to get killed.
Hey, not
Now, yeah.
to divert too much from this topic, but in a similar vein, the idea of being delusional when it comes to choice pieces.
Uh-huh.
There's also
Yes,
something going on in our generation where gentlemen of a certain age group have this
Yeah.
delusion that their type, which is twinks, okay, and a twink is generally quite young. And the kind of guy, I'll give you an example. I have I don't want to say friend. I'm friendly with someone who is a little older than me, probably 39,
Uh-huh.
and well, he's in his late 50s, and he is sexually attracted to twinks, but young twinks, like 19, 18.
mm-mm.
And he has he lives in this delusion that he's going to find the sexually attractive twink that wants to settle down and marry them, even if they got coins, and and be with them for life. That's often they end up being hurt because the
It's
twinks
delusion.
that they're into
Never say never, but
need the
like
coins, but they
it
don't
would
need your dick.
it would be
And
like winning the lottery.
right,
You being some old slouch,
right,
finding a beautiful young guy who genuinely,
falls in love with you.
genuinely loves you for
Right,
who you are, is willing to, because remember, at some point, when one is 20 and one is 40, that's one thing. But when one is 40 and the other one is 80, that's something else.
right,
You fell in love with an older man, but
right,
it was love. It
right.
really, really was love. And you guys are closer
And we have so much
in,
in common.
and you have so much in common. But like, so could that happen? It would be like winning the fucking lottery. The
Right.
chances are so rare. Now, what might happen is you find some self-interested little cunt who wants your money,
For sure.
who's willing to hang out and give
That
you
is
some
more
trim.
likely than not.
That's more likely than not. But like, and also you're discounting so many wonderful, sexy, accomplished men
With
your
careers, with their
age.
own coins, with their own
And yeah,
property.
and that can bring so much to the table. The thing is, I wouldn't date someone 19, for it's way, way too young. But what do I have in common with a 19-year-old? What do we have to talk about? Like,
What did
you
Blanche
can
say? Sex.
exactly,
You
yeah,
at
a
your
little bit of
prime.
sex, but like you're not gonna have a lot
Mm,
unless you find that super evolved. And there are some out there, sure, but it's I think if you
I'm gonna push back on that a little bit
Okay,
go
because,
on,
push it.
well, people like what they like. Okay, so
people
That's
like what they
true.
like.
if you're a person that likes attracted to 19-year-olds, you don't want no 68-year-old butthole in your face. You
True.
want a 19-year-old. Okay,
But be
but
realistic.
but the thing is, when that
Well, honey, if you're 54, like 19, come on. Like 19's
nah,
really, you don't know your ass from your elbow at 19. You don't
people
know
like
shit
what
at 19.
people like what they like. Maybe
Right.
they're not looking
Right.
for intellectual stimulation. People like what they like.
Hmm.
We're programmed to like what we like, and there
Hmm.
you can't unlike what you like.
I agree. I agree.
But
Yeah,
the thing
but
is,
then then you, if you can't unlike what you like, but you
But
can't
I
be
like what you like.
deluded into convincing yourself that you're going to find your broke ass 54 is going to find some beautiful 20-year-old that's
oh
going to want to be with you
no,
forever. You
no,
can't
no,
be
no.
deluded like that.
You've got to have the dollars, but also
Yes.
that 19-year-old. If you're into 19-year-olds, guess what? That person is not going to stay 19.
That's
So
true. And you ain't
at
gonna
some
say
point,
50, whatever.
at some point, they're going to be aged out, which
Right.
also makes me think of a great new drag name, Delululemon. If we want to talk
Lululemon.
Delululemon,
I agree with you, Miss Shadiman. The only problem is, and I've seen it so many times that a child and or I shouldn't say that because then that'll give you the wrong idea. A grown ass 50-something-year-old man meets a twink, 18 years old, has fabulous passionate sex one night. All of a sudden, in their delusion, it's love.
Yeah.
And the twink catches real quickly. Oh, this child lives for me. I don't live for him. I'm not even going to pretend that I'm living for him. But I will play the game because I was
Right.
that twink too. All of this was once a twink, darling. And the problem is that after the twink is done, and this, I'm going to keep this one person in mind. The twink is done. She ain't got to get no more. No more coins out of the child. She dashes and leaves the guy heartbroken. Feel what you want to feel. Definitely, everybody's got their sexual ideals and what they're attracted to.
But
But
walk in
but
eyes
have a
open.
complete walking with eyes open. Have a complete picture
Right.
that there's a good chance that this guy that you're sexually attracted to is not looking for a husband. They are
Keep it
just
light.
starting to sow their oats. They're just starting to enjoy life. They're not ready to settle down. Generally, not everybody. I don't want to speak for everybody. And when you put your quote unquote milk and cookies in one basket,
Yes.
and then the milk and cookies get ruined. Instead of
Mm.
wisening up and saying, you know what, I can't allow this to happen again. I need to be realistic about this.
And
I'm going to
also
go into it
understand.
again and pretend like that what happened just didn't happen. Then
and
you the fool.
understand and
Yeah,
understand that if you are the twink in this situation, this is a business arrangement, and if homie says eat my milk and cookies, you're gonna have to eat those milk and cookies, bitch.
thank you, because the
You're
cell
gonna have to
phone bill got to
cookies
get paid.
get these cookies, and it could be fierce, honey. By the way,
It could be
it could get
chocolate
so
chip,
fierce. It could be chocolate chip cookies, honey. It could be oatmeal. You don't know, but
raisin
yo,
oatmeal,
yo, the
raisin
heat
oatmeal.
is on in this building. It's 80 degrees in New York City, and the heat is on, and I am gasping.
You're
Oh,
you're you're gasping and want to turn your fan and your AC back on. I'm assuming.
Yes, but I'm gonna hold out. But like, why is the heat on an 80-degree day?
that's
It's
I
weird.
don't
insane.
know, but I've noticed that your brow is starting to glisten and your voice
Woo!
is starting to crack because you're parched.
Ugh,
So
girl, it
I
is
think,
hot in here.
I mean, does that
Woo!
feel like a good time to wrap this up?
Yes, yes. I,
Okay,
I
great.
wanted to say one
Girl,
thing.
I wish everyone listening to our voices milk and cookies today.
Milk and
That's
Get
I
those
was
cookies.
going to
cookies,
apologize for the
everybody.
milk and cookies.
Get
Like,
the
this
cookies.
has been a particularly shitty episode,
Episode. It has been.
but sometimes shit's got to be talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
If you can't talk about shit here, where are you going to talk about
yeah,
shit?
Listen, we're
yeah,
gay boys. Shit happens.
Thank you,
Shit fucking happens. Don't be ashamed. Just make
yeah.
sure you got your shit together.
thank
Make
you.
sure you
Keep your
make sure you're
crystal
on.
balls in the freezer.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, make sure you get some Doxy Pep and
Yeah.
keep it moving forward. So yes, everyone in the sound of our voice except Antoine, we wish you well. Thank you for
Yeah.
tuning in to Homework. Check the description box below to links to our Patreon, our merch, and all that other drama. This is Shadiamond.
This is Miss Matinga.
And this be booby.